some of the French aristocracy hanging out with Napoleon and all the rich people and sugar plantations, enslaving a bunch of black folks over in the coast of Africa by Madagascar, and then Guadalupe. In Guadalupe, what did Guadalupe people ever do to anybody else, right? So Henriette Delphine, right? She ages okay. She ages a little bit better. Look at her. She looks like Mitch McConnell, actually. So she's got a Mitch McConnell type of look. So this is probably Mitch McConnell ancestor, I would say. But it makes sense, to be a banker for the aristocracy. I don't know, maybe she's just a genuine, humble person. I'm a genuine, humble person, blah, blah, blah. She came from the sugar plantation, so maybe they fixed the error of their ways after the Civil War, after the Germans came and fought with the Union and smashed some damn Confederates. Maybe they found the error of their ways. They had a bunch of kids, so they probably would just enslave their own kids, right? That was the mentality. Hell, we can't have African slaves, you can't tell me what I can do with my own kid. I can beat the shit out of my own kid. Fuck you, ha ha ha. So Henriette Delphine Blanchett. I don't know. I just have no fucking they're so far back. There's no way any Blanchetts have like some love for any of these sugar plantation owners. And they're bad people. So you should, if you're a good Blanchett, you will fucking say the bad Blanchetts. It almost seems like every family has, my family, right? My the Ferdinands and Bernard the Fifth. They have a penchant for fucking cousins. So, that's what my family has to deal with, cousin fuckers. And then Henry's family has to deal with insanity. And then Theodore has to do, his family has to do with, falling in a river and getting sick and then having an accident. And that accident, destroying your entire sort of estate. These were the women that was with Henry II. I don't know who they are. I assume one's a wife and one's a bridesmaid. So Henry II was married to one of these two women. Both fairly pretty, slender face, chubbier face. I would rather marry this one, but if that's the Gripshover, that's no offense, of course, no offense. But that's from a distance too. I don't really see it. It looks like she's got sort of small features, little nose, little mouth, little chin. But that isn't, I don't know, it might be too small, right? And it might be some weird ass mole or some sort of deformity that I'm not seeing here. Big ears, man, floppity ears. Will Smith, looking like Will Smith with the hair parted, right? White Will Smith. German. He's not black, but very German, very stout, very strong, very, this reminds me of some of the lemmings, actually, that I know. Strong, chiseled face, strong face. You have, right, Kate Dickman and Henry Gripshover. She sort of has a bigger face, kind of like that other picture that I had saw. So it makes me wonder if this person is related to Kate Dickman. Maybe not. She kind of has a similar round head. So I was kind of thinking, but the nose is different. Nope, can't say if the nose is different or not. Still looks similar to me, but I've been wrong. Henry Blanchett, here's another patriarch. I think he's an American patriarch, so he's going to come after Hacienthe. Hacienthe is going to birth, lots of other Blanchetts, and they bought like 5,000 acres, and they came at a time when slavery was allowed. So I'm going to assume that there were slave plantations in Grant County. And the Catholic Church there, supposedly they built a St. Joseph Catholic Church, and there was a Blanchett there right next to Corinth. I don't know if Blanchett, the city, or if anybody still says Blanchett is there, or if there's a Catholic Church there. There's a St. Joseph Church in Warsaw, and there were some Blanchetts there, so I don't know if maybe that was the story, got mixed up between the two. Again, George Anthony, Henry II, plus two women, probably a wife and a bridesmaid, right? That's his wife, I would say, on the side there. And I could find out. Who Henry II's wife was. We can go check out Ancestry.com. And then while that's opening, we can go to the next picture. So Henry Leo, again, Henry Leo, D. Blanchett, Durst Blanchett, Henry Leo, Durst Blanchett. When Betty Blanchett, she's going to marry George, I think, Henry Leo. So they all have like 15 first names. Hacienthe started that. Hacienthe was Durst, Del Rest, Del Migo, Shea, and some other words. So I said I want to come back here because I want to check out an older picture, this one. So I want to check out Henry II. And I want to see if Henry II is, what it is. What can we learn from Henry II? Is it going to be double I's or going to be, oh, good. Henry Bernard II, 1878 to 19 something something something. So this is our man. This is Henry Gripshover II is going to marry Mary Bischoff. So that's who the woman in the picture is. We're seeing Henry B. Gripshover and Mary Bischoff. And they're going to have a whole number. They're going to have, Cecil. So Cecil, this is Corey Benjamin's grandfather. So Henry II is going to marry Mary Bischoff, who has 3 ancestry hints. Who is Bischoff or Bishop? One or the other. So there's going to be Bishop or Bischoff blood that's in there. Then there's Fewell. So he's going to have, or Fell, Joyce Ann. So he's going to have Fewell blood. He's going to have Bischoff blood. And yeah, they have the same picture here. So Mary Mamie Louise Bischoff. That would be the woman that is next to him. Right. So mystery solved. Mystery solved. So Mamie Mary Bischoff, Bishop, Henry Leo Blanchett, Henry Daniel Leo Blanchett, Durant, Hacienthe, Nero Durst, Neo, Joe and Francis Evers wedding. So fascinating. Francis Mattern / Kunkel / Gripshover marries this short little Joe Evers. And then we have Evers, woman, a daughter, either by marriage or, another kid. So, I don't know. He seems too smug, Joe Evers. He gets on my nerves. He's wearing them gloves. It's all right. Joseph was wearing the gloves. But Joseph was able to sport the gloves. He's a tough dude, right? Tough dudes making themselves look pretty is all right. This guy just seems like he's always been pretty all of his life, right? Just never had to do any hard labor. And also he's jumping on, his cousins or distant cousin or somebody that sort of was close to him, his widow. So hopefully he's helping him out, right? She's got 6 or 7 children, and she has a lot of things going on. Eventually she's also going to have a will, and she's going to leave all the land out to whoever. Joseph Ferdinand Gripshover. So actually Joseph Ferdinand Gripshover, this man is Samuel Clarence and Jacob Gripshover's grandfathers. So they were Eddie is their grandfather, and then Eddie's father is Joe Ferdinand Gripshover, and then Joe Ferdinand's his father is Theodore. Right? Is that about right? Theodore. So Mary Bischoff, they would be related actually. So they've been in Ben, Corey, and then would be related actually all through George Anthony's or Henry the first peoples. Only different, one goes from Joseph Ferdinand, the other one goes through Henry. So that would be a brother of Henry II, right? Henry II, and then all of his brothers and sisters are his children. I don't know. Yeah, his children Cecil, Henry, Juanita, Betty Jane, Helen, and Uretta. So Cecil and Henry are going to be the ones that carry on the Gripshover name for the for Henry Gripshover. So no, they're not related. I was thinking that somehow they were the same, that they were both Theodore, but no. This is Henry Bernard is from Henry I. So he's a Henry I Gripshover. Yeah. So okay. So we found that out. Mary Bischoff, right? Marie Bischoff. Joseph Ferdinand Gripshover. So this is Joseph Ferdinand Gripshover. I think it's Theodore, one of Theodore's kids. And Theodore, that's right. That's just going to be one of the people. One of the kids, I guess, survived and did well for himself. He's wearing a buggy, sitting in a buggy. I assume there's horse or something. They're going somewhere. Maybe they're just having a private meeting, just them two. Just, hey, how you doing, buddy? Oh, I'm doing fine. Seems like a comfortable little ride, and it's got little thing over it. So for long distance, man, this is how we travel. This is how Joseph Gripshover traveled. Also, old picture, Joseph Gripshover. Was he a Goebelite? Was he the one that's going to the Democratic Goebelite meetings? I would like to find out who the Goebelite is. And then now we're back to Johann. Okay, so that's sort of the people's faces timeline. I got pictures and maps and stuff, and then I got some articles. Okay, so this is Austria's coat of arms. And I've seen Prussia. They said it was like the one with the tongue sticking out, but I don't know if that's the one or not. Here's the this is the ship, the Deutschland, sinking in 1875. So 6 years after the Gripshovers get to America, the Deutschland is going to sink off the coast of England because it hits a little sandbank and the propeller is knocked off. And so, you know, is it the error of the driver? Maybe, possibly. It could have been possible for anybody could have hit that bad aeronautical sort of weather, inclement weather or something. Also, it could have been poorly constructed, right? The propeller could have just easily popped off as soon as like the thing is hit, popped off, and then that's it. And then it's just going to sink. And then some of the people was able to get into boats and take off. So a lot of German immigrants died, including 5 Franciscan nuns, and they were protesting the anti-Catholic laws, the Falk laws of Otto von Bismarck. So Otto von Bismarck was one of the, you know, the diplomats of a lot of these German princes and kings and monarchs. This is we have Gripshovers actually in Germany. This is their symbol. This is like what they write. This is on, you know, on important things. So it's a cool, elegant picture of a horse jumping over, you know, something that horses jump over in Gripshover, right? Written all nice with the umlauted 2 dots over the O. One day someone's going to hug you so tight all of your broken pieces will stick back together. I sure hope so. Okay. Here is Bavaria, so you want to get an idea of what the land of Bavaria, the kingdom of Bavaria is, so you can understand Hesse, or Hesse, or Baden, or Saxony, or Württemberg, or Brandenburg, or Berlin, or Munster. They each all have their own flavor, and so I think it's important to get to know each one of their own flavor. Bavaria seem like quaint little towns, seem like little church, no, it's not, that's not church, that's just a walkway and a clock. So that's secular type of stuff. Houses, nice little shops. You know, people kind of getting along and making it work. And I don't hate this. This looks nice. This looks like a nice little quaint little town. Here's a big ass castle from Bavaria. Lots of castles over there. Bills. Talked to that guy in Minster, Ohio, and he was saying we're all Germans around here, and he talked about how there's lots of castles and stuff, and how he was like, castles, and it's wonderful, it's beautiful out there. And while I like the history of the notions of all the stuff, the castles usually meant monarch, right? King, queen, prince, people who ruled over everybody. Just because they had a big ass house and a fortress, they can kind of protect a lot of people from the commoners. So get enough soldiers to abuse and then run back into your fortress. Here's a Bruggerman. I was able to find some Bruggerman, you know, documents from Germany's records and military marine officers, but I don't exactly know what the Bruggermans are saying. Here's range quarterless day Prussian Army 1890. Right, so you have Bruggerman you're able to find something. These words mean something. These words mean something. It could be a relation of ours or not. I have no idea. Here's another Bruggerman. So again, it's another quarter list of the Prussian Army and the Marines. 1872, so we would have just left 3 years ago. So this is probably a Bruggerman that is related to Anna Katharina. And remember, we are half Bruggerman. This is how they would have spelled it. The E is put in after the U because that's how you spell it in English. So sometimes I see Bruggermans, Brueggemann, or Mann. One N, 2 N's. I've seen them both ways. It doesn't really matter that much. This is an old house that was actually next. There's supposed to be slave graves over here somewhere. There's a prison over here. This is right behind a bunch of industrial stuff, but it's just rubble now. There's like rocks and stuff. I think you could be able to see the basement. I saw some coal and some softballs. People were hitting softballs over in this area too, so I'm not for sure what that's about. Maybe from the suburbs over here, there's some subdivision stuff, but really, I don't even know why they tore the thing down. It didn't seem like it needed to be torn down, but there is no house there anymore, and this is one of the original houses on one of the original lands of the Gripshovers. This is one that I really like, but this is the coat of arms for Bohemia. And I guess I really like the crown. The crown just looked like it had so many details. It looked realistic. It just kind of popped at me. And then just, you know, the emblems and the sort of the olive branches. It seemed like typical of what a coat of arms looked like. There's a two-tailed sort of bull. Then there's a bird. Then there's like a lion. I don't know. I don't know none of that stuff really means anything to me, but it looked cool.